Hey sewing friends, so I am going to give you a pattern review today of the Emerson cropped wide leg pants. These are a really nice pant that come in two rises, a regular rise and a high rise, and they also come in shorts as well, and they have a back elastic waist. I'm wearing them right now with an oversized vintage blazer slash chore coat from my mom. Wool, it's got cuffs on it, like shirt cuffs. And let me give you a little preview here of these pants. So these are the Emerson, and as you can see, I've made them in babywale corduroy. They have stitched down front pleats and an angled pocket. I've made the mid-rise, which kind of comes up about belly button-ish on me, and they're a back elastic waist. They fit really nicely through the rear, I think, in this particular one on me. They are cropped and they are wide, so definitely take that into consideration. I did make these about an inch longer, but you could go all the way to the floor if you wanted to. It's super easy to make that happen. Just extend the legs down with the pattern. It's straight, always straight down. So they are extremely comfortable. And I wear them usually with ankle booties or sneakers, or if it's too cold, you can wear them with regular boots, like tall boots. So you can see on the model here, hers are probably at about the same length as they are on me with the ankle, because she's showing an ankle strapped shoe. So you can kind of see where they fit on there. And I think that it's been lengthened on the model, actually. That would be my guess, is the model has it lengthened a little bit too. So definitely check that length before you finish your pants to decide where you want it to go. Now, I'm also pairing this with a striped sweater and then my Megan Nielsen Hovea jacket that I made earlier this month, because this is part of my capsule. And I gave myself free rein to make new things, but keep to the capsule otherwise. So this is it with a navy blue Megan Nielsen quilted jacket. Super cozy, very, very nice outfit. I made these pants in babywale cord. They're not mine. They're from Stash, somebody else's stash, actually. I think Katie's aunt is where the stash came from. All right, and then the last thing I want to show you is I sewed this on my kid's Janome Sew Mini sewing machine. My son did something to my Viking, and it needs to go in for service. So I sewed it on this tiny little machine that's so small. I've put it in a backpack and taken it to sewing retreats before. It's, a lot of plastic parts and, not a lot of stuff that you can do with it. It's just a very basic machine with some basic stitches. But, it in a pinch, it does fine. It's noisy and it's slow, but it is got all the basics. You can wind your bobbin on it. It's got a thread holder in the back. It's got really easy, threading, especially, and I bought it for my kids. But I would say I have used this machine several times for myself. All right, I am making the Emerson pant from True Bias, and I'm varying from the construction of the waistband to show you a better finish. So they have you actually fold the waistband in half, right sides out, and then turn it upside down and apply it and stitch all the way around. But that leaves this whole edge as a raw edge, and then you have to finish it and press it to the inside, and it just gets bulky and messy, trust me. So what I have done instead, and this is going to vary because you're going to have to leave this whole front edge open here, just like they show this when you stitch it on. You're actually going to sew this a little differently. So what I have done instead is I've actually pinned the waistband so that it's open. So you can see it's completely open here. So I've actually pinned the inner edge of the waistband. And then when I fold this up and I fold this to the inside like this, I can't really do it because I've got the pins in here, but when I fold it to the inside, this edge is going to cover that whole raw edge, and it's going to really be a much nicer finish. Okay, so I already told you that I really don't like the way this waistband's constructed. They have you actually fold the waistband in half and then apply it raw edges to the top here. And then when you flip it on the inside, you end up with all these raw edges. So I'm not going to do it that way, but I do want you to note that this is actually unsewn here. And my method is a little bit easier for the way I'm going to do this. So let me flip over here. So what you're looking at is inner waistband, front waistband. This is the back right here. So this is this kind of the side-ish seam. It's a little bit forward of side seams because side seams are back there. But it's a little bit forward of the side seam. And I've stitched the pants and I've pressed everything up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to fold this to the inside. And you can see that was where my stitching there was, right? Okay, my under stitching. And I'm just going to fold this to the inside. And I finished this raw edge. You could bias bind this if you wanted to make it really pretty on the inside. I'm just going to go for utilitarian with these corduroys, so I'm just going to fold it and pin it. Now, I'm going to start here by pinning because I'm going to leave this whole front open, or sorry, the whole back open here, because what they have you do is they have you leave the front open so that you can thread the elastic inside the back and come all the way back around before you finish. So I'm going to actually stitch down this back and leave this front open. So I'm going to start here, and I'm actually going to stitch from this side in the ditch, okay, all the way around. So I'm going to pin it from this side, and I'm going to stitch in the ditch all the way around to the other front seam where the other interfacing is right here. Okay, so these two sections, I'm just going to go all the way around. And I'm going to leave this whole front open, and that's so I can get the elastic in there and then secure it on either side to the right length before stitching down the front, which has the interfacing but not the elastic. So that's what I'm going to do. These are a little bit different here, but I'm going to get a much better result on the inside. And trust me, I have made these. This is my 4th pair, and I don't like any of the way the other ones are constructed, so I'm doing it my own way this time, and I think this is going to come out much better. So again, you can put bias binding here, and that would be super cute if you wanted to do that. I'm not going to do that for these. I've just gone ahead and edge serged it, and I could have even serged it with matching thread, but I don't really care about that. No one's ever going to see the inside of the waistband of my pants. Some people it bugs you, and if it bugs you, finish it off. But this is what I'm going to do. You can't really fold this under because there's not enough room to do that with these pants because of the way they're designed. But if you just edge serge or like bias bind these with, you'll have plenty of room to do that stitch in the ditch. So let's do that, and we'll come back and I'll show you what I'm doing next.